capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Watch the screen. Great. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. 8. Defense, keep it up, guys. Watch twist.
From the gun, here's Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Gun.
Here's Newton. And he's going to go down again. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
Great. Check 4.
Out of the gun, Newton. And he's got his target. That's more. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Right there, 54, right there. 8. Big stop, let's go. 20. Go. Shift. Check.
A shotgun snap for Newton. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That's Ziggy Ansah, the number 5 pick in 2013, credited with a sack.
That's right. Train tracks, baby. Get off the train tracks. 20.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Newton, and the pressure gets to him again. Jadeveon Clowney able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
Tight dog. Say. Sick guy. Check this guy. Whip. Watch the whip. Kill. Check.
From the gun, Newton. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep, the former All-Pro Tyler Lockett. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch 54. Hey, we got to get to the ball, T. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Check 3.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long.
Reload. Hey, look.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Forced out to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Come on, QB, come on. Fair. 54, right there. 14, run it. I'm trying to collect. Check 26. Jim. Check nickel.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's going to get this out to Marshawn Lynch. And down he'll go at the 25.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This will be fielded at the 17. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Gun.
Looking to throw again on second down. Newton, and they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Switch gears. 20. Check 9.
Third down. Here's McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Bringing him to the ground defensively, Tedrick Thompson. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
20. Here we go.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
20. Watch it. Hey! Safety screaming. Hey, watch it. Slam. Watch out. Gun. Check.
Now a handoff looking right. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Don't get nervous. Great. Mike spot 4. Great. Check 13.
From the red zone now, Newton. That's caught. It's Thomas. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal.
Watch the ship. Check safety.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Check it back. Check.
Again, McCaffrey. And he's going to ball his way in for a Panther score. Taking it in from 2 yards out as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand-new ball game. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's back. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Panthers have recovered. It gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
Set. Look at it. Gun. You can't block me.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
Intercepted. The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Being chased out left. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. So they lost yardage, and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Set. 180. We got 4. Great.
A final shot before the break. Newton eluding the pressure right. Taking a shot for Samuel. That's caught inside the 20. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Check 15, check 20. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. I got it. Mike's 50. Great. Mike's 54. Rip left. Kill. Hey, turn it out.
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 4 receivers now in the formation. 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7. Newton now to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Newton. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
We got Brock now.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out in the running game.
They'll try and run forward with Davis. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brad McDougal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go. Right there. 54.
To throw on third down. Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Green 80. Check, 59. Let's go. Switch. Shift. Gun. Kill.
On first down, Carson. Coy.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
They run again with Carson. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Watch twist. Mike, check. 59. You don't want 12. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it.
Now Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Here we go. 180. 54. Mike, 54. Watch the screen.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Right to the 3. Check. Walk 54. Express.
From the 44, Newton. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. On first down, Newton. That's to McCaffrey, complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey, and he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Set. 180. 8. 8. 54. You ain't got nothing.
Now it's Newton. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the fourth, but they got to feel good now. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 14 to 7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Now a desperation. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. The receivers have been running them ragged. Maybe some tired legs in the secondary, maybe some tired legs in the pass rush. Didn't get to him, and look what resulted. A touchdown, tie game. They've got a chance to take the lead.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. The extra point now coming from Myers. And we may very well be headed to overtime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust it? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Newton. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
Check 4, check 8.
Newton to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes goes again. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he brings it back to the house. It's a touchdown. And in a crazy inning, a defensive score wins it. Still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get into overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. But then in OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Oh, definitely. And I think from now on, we're going to definitely travel someone who can help us, because I thought I was going to pass out at the end. Not just getting to the overtime, but the plays in overtime that led to this one, and to finish it on a defensive touchdown, a takeaway that gets into the end zone. I'm not rooting for anyone, but boy, I love to see games finish that way.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at EA.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more boards than a Shawshank. I don't wear ball mains. All I ever do is ball main. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait, I can power up and level up at any moment. Spitting like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched, and I better get set in. Killing them all. Rogue One, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a team with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
Designer sneakers hurt my feet now. Every beat is getting beat down. Couldn't eat, well watch I eat now. Like how you getting paid to freestyle? Different cities every week now. Every woman is a now. What state prop you looking bleak now? I was home to sleep, designer sheets now. 30 different missions. When I speak they listen. Couldn't find it, so she fishing. Who the crew, it wasn't you. I know it's true cause you look like the opposition. Run it up, greatest ever sums it up. I ain't have a lot when I was coming up. Kinda made my stomach turn when I brung it up. Wait.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Houston Texans. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Check 90. Check right 39. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again. Friday. Pick the edge. Come. Right.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
What? 315. Check right 39. You remember me? Let's go, baby. Shift. Check. Check hot route. Hot. Rush in. He's coming. Double up.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Markevius Mingo. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Tight dog. Say. 6 guy. Check 6 guy.
Now Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. And he's going to go down again.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Taking it about the 16. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
On 1st down, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw, Watson. Flush to his right. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of of the gun. Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now. Bill O'Brien, an offensive mind, and he's going to trust his offense here. They're going for it on 4th.
Hey, we got to snap it. We got to snap it. 24!
Here we go on 4th. Watson, and he's got Miller. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
Escaping the pressure right. And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 34 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. Shift. Hey, switch gears.
From the gun, it's Wilson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, but now it's 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Alert 3. Hatch. Hey, 0.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
24. Let's put that team on the clock. 49, check 49. 25. 12. Check 37.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That's taken on the 25. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up.
56, check 56. And we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
54 is down, he's coming.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Man, I got you.
Let's go.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Let's go.
Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. From the 50, it's Watson. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Give the tackle there to Keon Crossan.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Got you, boy. I got you, boy. Reload. Mike 5-5.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
I'll go special. Watch it. Slam. Watch out. Check.
To throw is Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the... Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half.
What do you want?
After the interception, here's Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Check 56, the mark, boy. 56. Check 56. Come on, come on.
Alert!
Watch the ship, watch the ship.
Head to the court!
Motion, pop.
On 1st and 10, Watson. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Bam.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. On the run, it's Penny. A big play there just before halftime. 49 yards on the ground. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Penny, a first down carry. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. This is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Throwing again is Watson. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
56 is the mic. 56 is the mic.
Hey, 24. 59.
Switch.
24.
Check. Lucky. Slam.
From the gun, here's Watson. Dancing to his left. Going up top for Miller. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. On first down, it's Watson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Check 99. Mike 50. 56. Watch the run. Line up, go.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson flushed out right. He'll run it. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Miller. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Strip that ball.
They'll try the air now with Watson. Going deep for Hopkins. It's caught inside the 25. Give him 30 yards there.
Jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
Now Carlos Hyde in the game. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. They'll run. Hyde. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal. Watson now to throw. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Jordan Thomas, the one he was looking for, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Third down and goal at the 9-yard line.
This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. 3rd and goal. Here's Watson to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Whitney Merciless, showing no mercy, flies in for the sack. To try again after the sack, Wilson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, check Mike 39. Check Mike 39.
Here's Wilson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot. Hey, check Mike. Check Mike. Watch 55. 1, 2, 3. Move 15. Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55. 65. 65.
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Complete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off, and the Texans take over an excellent field position.
Set. 19.
56.
36.
Kill.
59.
Kill. Turn up. Go.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Jaron Reed breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Watch 20.
25. 24.
motion man. You got motion man right there.
Here's Watson. And the pressure gets to him again. Jaron Reed, his second sack of the night.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Throwing is Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brandon Dunn in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Hey, 4-1 Mike, 4-1 Mike. No, 14. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Big edge. Kill.
Here's Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
They can't stop us, baby.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Now 3rd down.
Mike 41. I've got to wait.
Hey, 0.
Shift. Watch the shift.
Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Check, go. Crash down.
All go special.
41's the Mike. I'm coming. 41 Mike. Right here. 41 Mike. Here we go.
The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zach Cunningham and the Texans take over an excellent field position.
57. 19. 99.
A first down carry now for Miller. Room here to run. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. 25 yards. And the Texans push further out in front.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs, block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Zach Cunningham able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Eluding the pressure right. He lets it fly for Lockett, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And the Seahawks on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Check. Run left, run left. Hot, hot. Rush in, rush in, rush in. He's coming. 12. He's coming, double up.
Here's Wilson to throw. Flush to his right. In trouble, and the ball's out. And this will be recovered at least by the offense, but he'll be taken down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points mean this is now a 2-score game.
And 2 doesn't seem like much, does it? But it means everything in this situation, because now they're going to have to look back, and ultimately that might be the play that ends up deciding this game.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run it again with Miller. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gain, they can run that play on any down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Watson with a give to Miller. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Whip. Watch the whip. Kill. Check.
And Watson's going to throw it here. He's letting this one go for Fuller. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. 1 man in the backfield. That's Miller. 2nd and goal. Back to throw, Watson. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Quandre Diggs there defensively.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines usually.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And his kick is good. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check 26, check 26. Jam, 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 jam.
One last shot for Wilson. Forced out to his left. And an alley to run. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say good night from Seattle.